fooling with it. So we are about to get into a little tarot lesson because some of y'all want to learn tarot. So I'm going to start sharing some things with y'all, some tips. So make sure y'all like this, share it. When I post it, you can share it now so somebody can come in here and watch it. So we're going to talk about basically what's more important, because people ask me all the time, like, what's more important to learn, like the major arcanas or the pip cards? And first of all, what is the difference? The major arcanas, there's like 21 of them. Don't get me wrong, right? I should only know this, right? There's like 21 major arcanas, and the major arcanas are basically very important. They hold a lot of weight. They pretty much trump the pip cards. The pip cards are like supporting cards. So the major arcanas basically tell you the tone of what's going on. I think I'm literally missing this card out of this deck now that I can't find it. I'm starting to like, okay, hold on. Now that just means I'm missing the card, because watch me right in my face. But the major arcanas pretty much set the tone of the spread. They kind of take over the spread. They kind of tell you what's actually happening on an overall level. And then the minor arcana are the cards that kind of support the major arcanas and tell you what's going on. So basically, I feel like I'm missing a card. There is a card that is missing from this deck, period. But anyway, we'll get over it. We'll move on. I'll find it eventually. It's around here somewhere, I'm sure, looking dead at me. I'm trying to find my Ace of Wands in this damn Modern Witch Tarot deck, but it doesn't matter. So pretty much, of course, it's the card that I need that's missing, right? Isn't that crazy? The exact card that I need for what I'm trying to teach is missing. It just be funny as fuck. Like, I just have to laugh at things sometimes. But, so major arcanas are pretty much like this, like the World card. You usually be able to identify a major arcana because it has something like death on it, or the Justice card, the Wheel of Fortune. It doesn't really have any wands. It doesn't really have any cups. I don't want to say it doesn't have it featured, but it's not like the Ace of Swords or the Ace of Wands or the Ace of Pentacles. You know what I'm saying? It's not the Two of Cups. It's usually something like the World, the Emperor, the Empress, the High Priestess, the Magician, the Fool, right? So, like I said, this pretty much sets the tone. But what's more important, and I just found that Ace of Wands. So what's more important is, in my opinion, is the pip cards. Even though the major arcanas hold a lot of weight and they are significant, like I can't act like they're not important. The pip cards are important because it tells you what's going on with that major arcana. So for instance, with the World card, as you guys know from Basic Bitch Tarot 101, we're kind of moving into Basic Bitch Tarot 202. I think I've worn Basic Bitch Tarot 101 out, so I think we're moving up to 201. Yeah. So this is Basic Bitch Tarot 201. I think I'm literally going to start a course. I think there's already a chick out there called Basic Bitch Tarot, so I can't use that, but I'm going to figure out a way, because that's just how I feel like it is. I feel like tarot is so simple, but I think a lot of people overcomplicate it. So for me, it's very simple. It's very black and white. This means this. So with the World card, usually when you hear it being read in online, you hear people saying it's the end of a cycle or it's the beginning of a cycle, right? Okay, that's very basic. Like when people say things like that, it's cool, but I want to know specifics. One thing that will kind of turn me off to a reading is if it's too general. Like, I want to hear some specifics. Even when you guys watch my general readings, for the most part, I say specific things in my readings that kind of set me apart usually from other readers, which in my opinion, which is why people like me. I don't usually be like, oh, something and someone in some distant land at some point. No shade to people who read like that. It just irritates the fuck out of me. That is so general, right? Especially in a personal reading. You want to get very specific. So that's where the pip cards help you go in. The pip cards help you kind of get more specific about things. They help you get those fine details that separate the end of a cycle to, okay, the end of a cycle of what? You know, like, what cycle are we ending? What cycle are we beginning? You know what I'm saying? It's so general. So the pip cards help you get down to which type of cycle we're having. So, for instance, the World with the Ace of Swords. This, for me, is any type of ending or beginning that has to do with, like, official paperwork or official documents. Because the Ace of Swords, for me, is a document. So, Like this could be a divorce. This is a notorious divorce combo. Or this can be someone who got their citizenship because, you know, they're now a citizen. That's a whole new cycle to life. I've seen this be for passports, citizenship paperwork, a house, owning a house. That's a contract, or selling a house. It's something that involves paperwork. Okay, so that is going to help you specify. So let's say you have the Ace of Swords and the Four of Wands. That's a pretty strong indicator that it's something around a house. This is how I'm able to tell people, oh, I see you selling a house. And they're like, oh my God, I'm trying to sell my house. I just put my house on the market. This is how I'm able to specify what we're talking about, right? So the Ace of Swords would be anything involving official paperwork or documents, that type of ending, okay? And there are some endings in life that you don't need paperwork. Let's say you were boyfriend and girlfriend with somebody for 10 years. Y'all never got married. He had his life, you have your life. There's no paperwork really there. So even though it's the end of a relationship, it's not official like marriage. You see what I'm saying? It helps you get specific when you use those pip cards. So to me, the pip cards are just as important, if not more important, than the major arcanas, in my opinion. Same thing with the Ace of Cups. Now, for me, depending on what comes up, the Ace of Cups can be a new beginning in love. It can be the end of a relationship. But normally with the Ace of Cups, this is the beginning of a relationship, right? So this is like the serious part, though, because the World card makes it serious. Now, the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands means that you met someone new and you guys caught feelings. But the Ace of Cups in the World is saying that you guys are growing upon those feelings. You're starting a family, or you're deciding to move in together, or you're deciding to buy a home together. It's like a new beginning in love that is serious with the World card. But the Ace of Cups is telling me that it's usually something emotional. Now, it could be a child, right? This could be having a child. Now, I would look for something like the Empress or the Ten of Cups to specify it a little bit further. But the Ace of Cups tells me, again, what we're talking about here. We're talking about emotions, okay? And if it is career related, it's a career that you love fucking doing. It's your number one career, what you wanted to do since you were a child or something like that, right? So the Ace of Pentacles in the World. Now, this would be my career combo. This is talking about your career. Now, specifically, this is more so for a traditional career, like becoming a doctor or becoming, I don't know, a consultant. I don't know, something that you want to do. Ace of Pentacles. This is more of a traditional job. It doesn't have to be a business. It can be a business, but the Ace of Pentacles is something to me that has to do with more of traditional, something like a regular job, like a 9-to-5, okay? But it's pretty serious. This isn't just going from Kroger to fucking Walmart. This isn't that. This is like becoming, I don't know, the director of your company, or becoming like, you know, it's something serious usually. This means that you graduated college, or you've got a certain amount of experience, that this is a pretty serious career because the World card is here. So the Ace of Pentacles is talking about money. We're talking about stability, all right? If it is buying a home, then this is like, okay, something that you invested in. Maybe you're thinking about selling that home down the line. You know what I'm saying? So the Ace of Pentacles has to do with finances usually, okay? Now, of course, we're going to differ depending on what we're talking about. If we're talking about a relationship, the Ace of Pentacles in the World would be starting a marriage, getting engaged, because Pentacles indicate we are serious, right? If we're spending money together, if we're buying a home together, if we're investing in each other, the relationship is way past the Ace of Cups stage. It's more serious, right? But like I said, for the most part, if I'm looking at this, I'm looking at this as career, you know? But the Ace of Pentacles is separating that for me. Now, the last one is the Ace of Wands. Now, the Ace of Wands would be something that I'm looking more so is not like a business, right? Like you started a business because you're very passionate about, I don't know, clothes. You really like clothes. You really like fashion. So you started a clothing business. You started a retail business, right? This is something you're passionate about. This is the Ace of Wands for me is an idea. It's something that you came up with through your own passions. It's like a light bulb kind of, right? So the Ace of Wands for me would be someone who's starting a business or starting a new business on top of the business they already have. It's going to differentiate the Ace of Pentacles for me. The Ace of Pentacles, like I said, I'm looking at this. This is somebody who became a lawyer. They've been working their ass off to become a lawyer, or whatever the career is that they wanted, but it's more traditional. This is more something you came up with one day when you were high at 2 o'clock in the morning. You said, you know what I really want to do? I almost told y'all one of my business ideas. I ain't fucking telling nobody that shit. technically I stole it from my best friend, but I told her I was going to steal it because it's a great idea and she won't do it. So I told her I'm going to take the idea and I'm going to give her a percentage of the profits, because the idea is just, she just has it on her fucking refrigerator just written down. I'm like, why are you not doing this? So I told her I'm about to take the shit and I'll just give her half since it was her idea. But, you know, she knows it should be all right. But it's like, you know, you had this crazy idea. I don't know, like fucking Pinky Cole, who owns Slutty Vegan. I don't know if she smoked, but the fucking combination that she came up with for Slutty Vegan, I kind of feel like she just came up with that shit probably like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And then now she's like a multi-millionaire because she came up with this idea. Shit, J.K. Rowling, apparently she dreamt of Harry Potter on a train and went from there. And now she's one of the most richest authors that ever lived, you know. So the Ace of Wands is that type of thing for me. But this is how I differentiate the World card, just using just 4 different pip cards. You see how I just broke down so many different scenarios? So for me, the major arcanas are very easy to learn. Basic bitch 201, it's very easy to learn the major arcanas, but to get up in there and get precise and get that surgery, get that, you know, precision and get those details, you're really going to want to get your pip cards under your belt. And of course, you're going to want to learn the signs, the astrology behind the cards. People ask me, is it important to know astrology? Not always. I mean, there's plenty of tarot readers who are doing their things out there who don't know astrology. But me personally, for me, I think the fact that I already knew astrology helped me learn tarot. It helped me understand tarot more because I understood astrology. So, you know, when someone says that the 7 of Wands is Mars and Leo, for instance, I understand what Mars and Leo mean. So, you know, it takes the card to a different level for me. Me knowing that the Ace of Pentacles is Taurus and understanding Taurus energy takes the card to a different level, because now I know a little bit more about the Ace of Pentacles. So for me personally, at least knowing the astrology behind the cards can help, and knowing a little bit about astrology can definitely help. I think it takes it to another level. I'm not going to say it's better or worse, but I will say nowadays, because more people are into astrology, they like to hear when they're fucking a Scorpio and you do a reading and you're like, oh, I see this Scorpio. And they're like, oh my God, how did you know that? Because the Death card, the King of Cups, and the 7 of Cups is here, and those are all Scorpio cards. So I just said Scorpio, you know, simple shit like that, right? So I think people do make the cards way more complicated than they are. I'm not gonna lie, I am gifted, like I am psychic. I do have gifts, so that does help. But I don't think you have to be necessarily psychic to read tarot. I don't think they go hand in hand. I think that if you find a psychic tarot reader, it's a gem, because I don't think everybody who reads tarot is psychic. So I will say there is a differentiation like between that, but I do feel like you can read tarot whether you're psychic or not. I don't think it has to be. There's literally people who are on, like I see them on Instagram all the time, and they do readings, but they'll say they're not psychic. You don't have to be both. You can interpret cards and not be psychic. Now, if you're psychic, you just get weird ass shit out of nowhere that you shouldn't really know. Now, that's a little bit different. And that's when you want to know, like, you develop your skills and find out what you are, what's in your family, and you develop from there. That's really like astrology type stuff, or also going to like someone someone who's initiated usually, like and they'll be able to tell you what's in your family, you know, what's in your family history. Are you guys seers? Are you psychics? Are you mediums? Because there's a difference. You know, there's some people who like I'm a medium and a psychic, but like I'm a medium to the point where I don't see spirits. But like I know people who see spirits. My oldest son sees spirits. I don't see spirits. I can communicate with them though, like they're sitting right beside me, but I don't see them. And I think it personally is because I'm not with the shit. Don't show me nobody randomly. I'm never with the shit. Now my oldest son, he's very friendly. He don't care. You know what I'm saying? He got a different disposition. For me, I'm not with the shit. I'm not trying to walk in my living room and see a motherfucker standing there. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I think they know me and they know that's what I'm gonna check the fuck out. But I can hear shit. They don't be showing me shit. But I am a remote viewer at the same time. I can see people, I can see the living. Like I can see people literally doing things in my head. So I have found out I'm like remote viewer. A lot of stuff though that I can do now, I wasn't really open to when I first started reading tarot. I wasn't even open to reading tarot when I first started reading tarot. if any, like, I tell you guys all the time, I used to say I would never do tarot. I was like, tarot is not for me. Astrology gang all day. Like, what you talking about? So, you know, 5 years later, it just still baffles me that I'm a tarot reader, because I never thought I would read tarot. And then, like, as I started to, like, develop tarot and do it, like, I started getting more gifts, like hearing songs. I didn't hear songs when I first did tarot. And now you guys see me, like, singing every fucking reading I do. What's up, Elle? Christabel said both. I'm an amateur tarot reader right now, but definitely started my page, Tarot Mina Kiss. That's what's up. That's all you can do. The only thing you can really do to find out if you're a good tarot reader or not is to read people you don't know. That's the only way you're going to know. That's what I tell people all the time. We talk a lot about mindset in my tarot classes. I don't just talk about, you know, just the cards. I really talk about how you guys can get started, how you know if you're good. And the only way you're going to know is if you read complete strangers. I started off the jump, like, and people biting you. Oh God, I've been seeing my influence everywhere, but I don't be, you know, I ain't worried about it. It's cool. Cause the thing about me is I can come up with new shit like it ain't nothing. I'm never worried about the sauce. Cause, you know, I can always create new sauces that are just going to be even better. But yeah, like, I started reading a couple of my friends. But, I mean, they were, like, more my sister's friends. Like, they're my friends, but they're more, like, her friends. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know what was going on in, like, their personal lives. And then they started looking at me crazy. Like, yo, what are you doing with these cards? And I was like, okay, so I might have something. And then I started reading tarot. And then I just started doing personal readings for people. And when I started doing personal readings for people that I have never met, you know, people online, that's how I knew that I had something, because I was hitting on things. And this was a week. I was only reading for a week, mind you. I was not reading for a month. I was reading for literally a week. Okay? So everybody's like, how long were you reading tarot? Literally, the time I started my channel, you can go look. It was in 2017. That same week that my channel was started was the same week I started reading tarot. No back history, no classes, self-taught. Straight bought a deck off Amazon. Okay? And went from there. So, you know, I'm not saying that's going to be the same for everybody, but I'm saying, like, everybody acting like you got to be this, you got to be initiated by 5 grandmas and have it right there, and your left hand has to blow green for you to be a tarot, is bullshit. I just don't believe in that. I'm not knocking anybody who's initiated. I think that's a very strong thing to have, to be connected. But for me personally, I think a lot of people are gatekeepers, and I think a lot of people overemphasize some shit that if God has something for you, you being initiated in some shit or being a part of something is not going to take away from you. I mean, if that's a part of your path, great. But I hate gatekeepers. I hate people who say, oh, everybody and their mom reading tarot. There was a point in time that was normal. Like, there were so many people who practiced their gifts. Like, you guys need to watch that show. What is that show? I want to say it's Cursed on Netflix. I want to say it's Cursed. It might be called Cursed. That might be the show I'm thinking about. That show really shows how magic just got erased from the fucking world. My voice has gotten louder in my mind lately. Some pop up in my head sometimes when I read. I didn't know that really meant something. Yeah, that didn't used to happen when I first started reading tarot. And then I had somebody, she's actually a seer. She was like, oh, your gifts are just developing. Because I was going through something. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, what am I going through? She's like, oh, your gifts are getting stronger. That's all. She just wiping and like, oh yeah, that's nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's only one hurry, but you are definitely inspiring. I'm cool with being inspiring. It's cool. It's just when motherfuckers just be watching me and taking my stuff. And it's like, sis, you could at least like my stuff. But it's cool. I'm not mad about it. I'm not worried about it at all. It just came to you, and like you said, you taught yourself. Yes. I do think it was something I've done in a past life. I will say that. I feel like familiar with it. But yeah, I think there's a lot of gatekeeping going on. If people resonate with you, then people resonate with you. You know, if you don't think tarot's for you, then you might need to try to do something else. You might need to see if something else is for you. I don't think we have enough runes readers out here. I like runes. I don't think we have enough Reiki healers, especially in the melanated community. All these children jumping off the walls and shit. A lot of y'all beating them. They need some Reiki, okay? They done seen you with your ex getting your ass whooped 5, 5, 16 times. Them kids might need some heart chakra work. You know what I mean? They might, they done seen some shit. You stop beating little Ray and maybe get him some Reiki, get him some Reiki done. You know what I'm saying? He might sit his ass down somewhere. meditate with the babies, you know, something like that. Just try something different, you know what I'm saying? I think that is one thing I will say. It is an oversaturation of just tarot. I think people do need to develop other parts of their gifts. And that's why for me, like, I'm really trying to work on becoming a therapist, because I do know that tarot is one of my gifts, but therapy is as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've really seen a lot of people pour their hearts and souls out to me. People tell me shit they don't even tell their best friends. And I'm like, girl, whoa, you know what I'm saying? But they feel comfortable with me, and I'm like, okay, I know I'd be a great therapist. So that's something that I want to really work on, not just the tarot aspect. So, you know, tarot can be a gateway, but also something to help you develop other gifts that you have. What are runes? Runes are like basically like little symbols. They're mostly like Viking in nature. And there's like a couple rune readers on YouTube, but I don't see a lot of them. And I actually have learned runes, but I don't really do. I used to do rune readings, but nobody really wanted them, because I was like, all right, well, I ain't about to be doing all these damn readings and nobody want them. So, you know, I would just leave it there. I just wanted to give you guys something quick. If you want to join a class, I'm doing a very condensed tarot class this month. I'm not going to do like my usual long 4 1-hour classes. I'm going to do 4 45-minute classes. It's going to be fast tracked, because I know a lot of you are already reading, but you guys want to talk to me. You guys are like, Harley, I need to be able to read like you. I need to be able to. You don't really need that, but if you want me to make you feel more confident, we talked and you got my time, and you can sign up for the class. There is a discount code. It is $89 off. You still get 4 classes. They're just 45 minutes instead of an hour. And then you also get a tarot deck. You get a tapestry, and I think you also get a pendulum in the little kit. So just check it out. I only accepting 13 people. That way that, you know, if questions need to be asked, we have time for that. And I'm like 25 people, 30 people, so I can't get to everybody. I like my classes small. So, you know, get in there, guys. They do sell out. Everybody waits, and then they sell out. So, yeah, just going to do like a more condensed class. So I just wanted to talk to you guys really quick, because a lot of people ask me, that's one of the number one questions I get. What's more important, major arcanas or minor arcanas? And I personally think that the pip cards are very important. I think the pip cards really, really help you get down to the nitty gritty of what the cards are trying to say. And specifics, guys, will take you so far as a reader. If you can tell somebody something specific, like, oh, I see you dating somebody that drives a red car, and that motherfucker drives a red Altima or some shit, that will have somebody coming to you forever. Like, it might seem something small. Like, I had told somebody, I was like, one of the first times I ever did, I've seen like the King of Swords, and I was like, yeah, I heard, this is when I first heard something. I was like, I see you dating a lawyer. And she was like, oh my God, I just gave a lawyer my number yesterday. And I was like, okay. And that was one of my first times I ever had that happen. And this was like first time, one of my first readings, probably like my first 4 readings that I ever did. And that's when I was like, okay, first of all, the King of Swords don't say lawyer on it. So why the fuck did I say lawyer of all things? And that was very specific for her. And that woman still reads with me to this day. She will never, and I still do things like that now. But, and you know, a lot of people, y'all have read with me and y'all have seen me do that. Y'all see me call cards before they come out. These are things that just will set you apart as a reader. And it will also help you kind of already know what the cards are trying to say without having to pull 15 million cards. This is why I can tell you a lot within 2 or 3 minutes. It used to take me an hour to do readings. Now it's like 3 minutes. I done already told you half the shit you need to know. Let's move on. My 25-minute readings, we spend 15 minutes on the reading, and then 10 minutes we spend talking about some other shit. You know what I'm saying? So being precise, accurate, getting right to the point, that to me has taken me far. And I think that's what sets me apart from a lot of people. Some people don't like my readings because of that, because I'm very direct and straight to the point. But that's just how I am. A very black and white person. I don't like a lot of fluff and riff-raff and shit. So I read based on my personality. I think everyone should read based on their personality. But that's just what I have for you guys. If you want to take the class, do it. I will be doing a little more like readings, like, little videos like this, telling you guys tips and stuff like that. So if you want me to do more videos like this, and you want certain subjects about tarot you're trying to learn, let me know in the comments. Whenever you see me post a video like this, or if you email me and say, hey Harley, can you talk about this, and can you do a video on this, let me know. All right, I love that you get to the point. People attend. Yeah, I ain't got time, and honestly my attention span's kind of short too, so that's it shows in my personality. I have learned to slow down so that people can interpret what I'm trying to say better, but I'm not about to spend 50 minutes on a 30 minutes on for what? I could already told you that shit by now. Like, what do I need to tell you? 30 minutes. Are you going to be with somebody or not? What if I do it for 30 minutes? I ain't got time. So, that's just me personally. But all right, guys. That's all I wanted to say. I am going to come back on here in a couple minutes and do a reading for you guys. Make sure y'all comment on this and let me know what other subjects you want me to talk about. Anything. It doesn't have to be tarot. It can be astrology or how to do this, how to do that. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon, okay? Bye.